I give Trump credit where credit is due. I'm so happy this happened. It's not a Middle East peace deal. And like the reporting shorthand that's kind of taking that line, it's just you look ridiculous.
And you're misinforming your public.
Right.
I mean, most Americans would wake up and literally think that there's a Middle East peace because that's what's been regurgitated to them by what is literally almost functioning like appliance state media. And it's not just Fox News. It's everybody.
No, it's everybody. They're like, we owe him one on this one.
We owe him one. Let's give him this one, right? Trump deserves credit for squeezing Bibi, which I think he did probably pretty hard. Like we probably didn't even see this stuff in private. It seems like he was fed up with this.
Yeah, the humiliation ritual of calling the Qataris and saying sorry, like that was a nice touch.
You make an important point, which is from March, when the last ceasefire, because there was a ceasefire, broke down, to now, I don't think Israel accomplished a single legitimate military objective, right? I mean, they had already taken out Sinwar. Like all they were doing is moving more people around Gaza, bombing more people indiscriminately, starving more people. And so I do think that's important because there wasn't the follow through done on the first ceasefire. We had kind of a pointless several months when, by the way, the Israelis seemed to feel like they had a blank check because of the Gaza Riviera stuff. So this is a more complicated record. But at the end, Trump did squeeze Bibi. I agree he was smart about kind of grabbing the Hamas yes when he could, which is something Biden would never do. I do think that there's another important point here, which is that you mentioned the kind of asymmetry of political space, right? A Democratic president would feel like they couldn't necessarily engage Hamas directly or couldn't squeeze Bibi in that way. By the way, that may be true, that the Republican Party would make a lot more noise and make that a lot more difficult, and the Democrats are more inclined to kind of defer to a president on this kind of stuff. But that still doesn't excuse it.
I agree.
I think the lesson for Democrats should be, we can talk to Hamas if we think it's the right thing to do. We can squeeze Israel. Like, just because there's an asymmetry, we kind of psychologically allow the asymmetry to exist by being so defensive. So part of what Trump is doing that I think is useful is kind of blowing through all these, weird kind of hawkish national security establishment / media establishment guardrails around what you're allowed to do.
Yeah. He invited the Taliban to Camp David, for God's sake.
Not saying I would have done that, but hey, there's another example.
Yeah.